Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For hire. Indeed.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the FSL, the Fun Star League, the Family Star League, the Friendly Star League, all kinds of Star Leagues. So tonight we are going to be doing a few matches that would be a little bit trickier to do on Friday. We're also going to be doing a replay of one of the matches that already took place, but not at the same time. And let's see who is available right now. So tonight, Stu Blue versus Deepu. We are going to do Light Hood versus Frieden. And we are going to be casting from replay Veils versus Dark Menace. Everything's going well. I'm a little bit sniffly, but the Derp Fester will instruct me further. Let's see what we can get started. See that Stu Blue is on camera, but not quite ready to go yet, so we will turn this camera off. Well, there's the right one. Okay. So I might have gotten just a little bit ahead of myself, but we're going to be doing nice rounds tonight. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we might even have a show match or start diving a little bit into the StarCraft campaigns. Let's see who we've got ready right now. I need to reactivate my subscription to this site, but not today, tomorrow. All about the Amazon Prime. I guess, speaking of things like supporting us, this could be a good time to just bring up the Patreon. The Patreon supports all kinds of stuff we do. We've been also running some special promotions here and there when we bring people on for interviews, like Psystorm team members like Max Bax. A couple of weeks ago, we give priorities to patrons. The lowest tier is just $3 a month, so there's all kinds of things you can support as far as the FSL goes, as well as other things like Psystorm Cup and some other really fun activities. Go back to me again. Oh, here we go. I'm going to bring everyone on right now. Hello, fierce competitors. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, let me get on the ninja thingy, the bot ninja.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, see what you can manage. Deepu is improvising a little bit, thanks to smartphone technology. Stu Blue, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. I broke my finger, but I'm good.
Oh, yikes. I remember... Didn't that keep happening to Tasteless? Alright, so... Probably going to have to make some adjustments here and there, but I'm wishing you the best of luck on that. I know you've got a pretty busy week, too. And
Here, I'm gonna try something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Re-add me to the call. I want to see if this works.
Okay. While we're waiting on that, here are our map picks and map vetoes, not necessarily in that order. Welcome back to the call.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Actually, better
very
than
cool.
before.
Weird. Okay, cool.
Well, all right. And Deepu, I forgot. What race are you focusing on these days?
Probably Zerg.
The adaptive race. Appropriate. See, we've got Altitude chosen first, then Royal Blood, then possibly Gressman. And how have the two of you been preparing, or have you had any opportunity to?
I just now got internet like an hour ago
Oh
on my
man, that must
computer.
be a nice change.
So, yeah, not a whole lot of StarCraft.
Yeah, we've had a couple of competitors who have been completely without internet. Well, I guess they've had mobile, but not cable or DSL.
That's what I was at. Yeah.
Or the beautiful fiber optic that I've been enjoying. Not to boast or anything like that, just to fill time. All right, well, let's get you both in game. Stu Blue, I wish you the best. I'm guessing you've had to take it easy on the gaming with an injured finger, then, right?
A little bit, but it's not that big because it's just a pinky.
Okay. Yeah, I don't do a lot with that. Boy, the A key though. That's where the trouble might be. All right. Let me see. Alright, if we could get everyone in-game and in the FSL channel. I see Stu... Yep, I see everyone's there. So I'm going to make the party. And yeah, we've been having a little bit of trouble with the title of the streams. Not just the streams, but the VODs too. Contrary to what you might have been seeing on YouTube, not every night has featured Max Pax being interviewed. It's a disappointment, I know, but it's the way it crumbles. Deepu, if you could join in the party invitation.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Sorry about that.
Did you just drop? I think you dropped out of the game, actually.
Yeah, I did. My computer crashed.
Oh man.
It shouldn't. I mean, my computer's fast. I'm loading it on right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If things don't go the way we want them to, Cyan's actually off on the bench, ready to play if need be. So we'll give this one more try.
Yeah, it does this every once in a while. If I like try and get on while I'm playing music, and then I alt tab back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some stuff like that before.
There you go, this should work.
Okay. It should work. You gotta do the little sci-fi thing, though. You gotta do the, come on, come on.
Yeah. Maybe I should have done that.
The cliches are what StarCraft lives by.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've
I
got
was
you on
eating
camera
dinner
too
today.
now.
Yeah, I'm back on camera too. The kid I was sitting with dinner with was talking about he used to play StarCraft. I was
Yeah.
seeing if he would join FSL, but I didn't get a straight answer out of him.
My wife was just doing orientations for her new teaching position, and she actually brought up that she watches me play StarCraft, and one of the other teachers was like, "Yeah, I do too. It's alright."
Yeah.
Okay, so let me know when you're in StarCraft 2 again. Looks like you're available on everything else.
Yeah, I
right
think I'm
now.
on now.
Okay, there you go. And party invite coming up.
Alright, I got it.
Oh, all the more appropriate. You've got the spawning tool, not spawning tool, what, spawning pool party or whatever? Eh.
Yeah, I forget. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, good stuff. I see you both have some, we've got some Carbot fans here, including Stu Blue with his Derp Fester. Alright. So let me just double check the maps. We are starting with altitude. And we will go eastern. Alright. Okay, Stu Blue, if you could... Yep, there we go. Alright. I'm going to be moving the two of you to different channels now. Do you have any last words before things get ugly?
Good luck.
There's the ugliness for you folks. We're hardcore around here. Alright. See you on the battlefield. Just type in when you're ready. Alright. All players are ready to go. Alright, altitude, also known as the snowy map, with the really weird stuff blocking the gold mineral patches. I love this, and I love seeing people as creative as Deepu playing on these. Stu Blue can be full of surprises too, so don't you count him out. Here we are, GLHF. In the upper right, the pink Zerg, we have... Did we have him? Deepoos doesn't actually seem to be playing, but in the lower left, the purple Protoss, you know him as... I gotta start referring him by his full name, Stu Blue 88. Alright, we got the usual scouting going on here. And yeah, fairly standard so far. We should be seeing an extractor and a spawning pool very shortly. Stu Blue 88, meanwhile, electing to wall off at the main ramp, not the natural. Probe coming out about the usual time. That spawning pool. There's that gateway. This is the interesting one, because there are a couple of Zelnaga watchtowers, and you can use them, or you can collapse destructible rocks on top of them, clear out the destructible rocks, and then presto, the Zelnaga watchtower is no longer in the way. Alright, let's see what kind of defense Deepu's planning to go for. No Cybercore just yet. Overlord almost ready to take a peek at the natural. And there goes that Cybercore I was talking about. We have a Zealot out. Going to, I guess, wall off the high ground, but that is still going to leave the Nexus of the Natural open if there's an attack coming. So far, no Zerglings in production, just a Queen at each location. And the probe goes home safely. I don't know. I do love Carbots, even though they don't really do StarCraft anymore. No more StarCraft plushies. They're into Elden Ring plushies now, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Just as a working father, I don't have that much time to learn brand new games. Alright, adrenal glands. About a third of the way done. Still no Zerglings made, so I think Deepu might be planning something special here. And meanwhile, we've also got maybe slightly early Twilight Council, or at least Twilight Council first. No Robo yet, no Stargate yet. So they might both be saving up for something big. Now on Deepu's side, oh, yeah, here we go. And there is a Baneling nest about a quarter of the way done. So Deepu is going to see what he wants to get done. Now, those two Zealots might find themselves outnumbered kind of quickly. Zergling's halfway across the map. And Stu Blue is going to have to defend carefully. I think that Deepu is waiting for the Baneling nest to finish, which is just about to. He's also holding off on taking a third, so I think he plans to get some really important stuff done here. Oh boy. And that is a total of 20 Zerglings on the map active right now. Oh man. The Stalker almost manages to block, but it gets surrounded. I think this might be over before it starts, folks. I think Deepu's just going to be able to take things out as they appear, while also managing to depower quite a few of these structures. More Zerglings on the way. Deepu can be very merciless when he gets the advantage, folks. And, I mean, not much that can be done. Couple of gateways that are being very slowly warped in, and Charge almost done, but Charge only helps. We got some Zealots on the field. I think this is going to be a death by 1,000 cuts, or at least, I guess 44 cuts at a time, judging by everything here. Right now, oh, yeah, Stu Blue is at 2 supply. Yes, this is definitely GG. Alrighty. Deepu draws first blood. He has had 1 map. Alright, everyone's getting ready. For our second map, we're going to have Royal Blood. Speaking of first blood, the Royal Blood's always first. Yeah, I've been a little bit surprised how few of the competitors have actually been ranked this season. Okay, we are ready to go. Royal Blood LE. Slightly more standard map, but a lot of them have the same setup anyway. Now, in the lower left, the pink Zerg is Deepu. And in the upper right, the now red Protoss, he is called
Stu Blue 88.
Alright, let's see what Stu Blue's up to this time. Same position of the first pylon as before. Like I said, a lot of Protoss, when they're taking on Zerg, like to put the wall down at the ramp to the natural to avoid exactly what happened last time. And speaking of last time, I think Deepu might be going for a similar, if even faster, strategy. We have spawning pool almost done already. He has not made an extractor or a hatchery just yet. Stu Blue as well does not seem to be scouting yet either. Have the Overlord across the map, but yeah, no probe looking out from Stu Blue. It looks, oh boy, looks like he's going to make a Nexus right away, and that is not something that's going to fare very well against an early pool like that. We already have, oh man. Ah, oh, come on. Deepu. So, leaves 3 workers at home, but... and I guess this probe knows what's coming right now. I think Stu Blue is going to need to wall off completely, and I mean right now. There's a lot coming... Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, he's going to be losing a lot. Now, I mean, anything that survives can get back to mining right away, but this isn't something that you generally practice for. Probes are doing a good job clogging up the map, but Deepu does a mineral walk, manages to get out on either side. We do not have a lot of mining going on for either of these warriors, but yeah, right now we got 1 Zealot versus a few Zerglings, but actually, you know, to his credit, Stu Blue cleans up. However, we have even less workers left for Stu Blue than we do on Deepu's side. Alright. Granted, some of those workers are pretty far from their hatcheries. So I think Stu Blue is doing about the only thing he can do right now, which is to see if he can counter. Now, he's going to want to keep these Zealots, and not to mention that probe, very close to the wall. Now, if he's really good with his micro, he can keep telling the probe to stop so that the Zerglians focus on the Zealots instead of the probes, but it's going to take a lot of attention, and right now it looks like everything's A-moving. Right now we got double the supply on Deepu's side. And, even a tiny bit of mining still. Oh yeah, actually more than a tiny bit. A minuscule bit, but not tiny. I don't think, especially with Defender's advantage, that a couple of Zealots and a couple of probes are going to get much here. I think the series may already be over, folks. And we have the GG. Short and kind of sour. The Zerglin Rush, there is a reason why it is a term used in games and franchises other than StarCraft. Ever since 1998, it has been the thorn in the side of many people who are not rushing themselves. Alright, we are going to go into an interview in just a moment. Just need to enable myself again. Alright, short and sweet games.
Yeah.
Looked like the first time, Deepu, you found something that worked, and then you decided to kind of hit it about 20 times as hard the next time.
Yeah, that was pretty much the plan. And it worked pretty well, as you saw.
Yeah, well, I mean, Zerglin Rush's tale as old as time, or at least as old as 1998 is what I was saying. So Stu Blue didn't really get to show your stuff there, but you did manage to put on a pretty good defense second time. I think one of the big things is a lot of people, to prevent that kind of thing, prefer to make their walls on the natural ramp instead of the main ramp. Is that something that you ever do?
No. I suck at making walls down there. I always mess up.
Yeah, it's something to maybe look into. I know that Cyan has done his share of natural walling, but the good news is it's still early in the season. There's still plenty of time to go. It's tricky with the short matches. There's less to talk about, but. I think for now we're probably just gonna go into some of those replay matches.
Yeah.
But
is this not live?
No, this part is. There's a couple matches that were played at other times. I believe Sir Maligant versus Vales is the one I'm gonna be casting next, and we're also gonna be killing a little bit of time because we're gonna have Lighthood versus Frieden a little bit later, but they are the opposite of opposite sides of the world. We got someone in Pacific time and someone in GMT +1, I believe, over in Algeria, so it's going to be interesting. Kind of early for one, kind of late for another. Alright, so I wish everyone the best. We're going to...
Good games.
Yep. We're going to move on. Thank you very much. Okay. Gonna go to my collection of replays now. I do not know what's happened in these matches. We always make a point of having them send us 3 replays, whether it went to game 3 or not. So, how about we get this started? Control. And here we are. In the lower right, we have the red Terran. He is. And his opponent, in the upper left, the pink Zerg. He is.
Dark Menace.
Alrighty, what we got here? We have a pretty standard high ground wall with Terran, although I've seen more and more people walling at the natural and doing... Oh, I was just going to say double barracks, but this is not in the wall. This is way to the west. So a lot is going to be riding on Dark Menace, knowing that this is coming. I'm sure he knows it's a possibility. But so far, the spawning pool isn't even down, so he's going to be very limited with what he can do to counter this. And the Overlord, if he's just going to be relying on that to scout, which is pretty standard, well, it's going to be a while yet before it arrives where the barracks aren't. Double barracks coming. Is there gas mining at home? There is not. So this is going to be all Marines, most likely. Oh. Onward to the third barracks, and there is no gas, so there will not be any add-ons either. This is just full-on mineral commitment. Curious, though, is he at least going to go for an orbital? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But the Marines are on the way. Spawning pool is almost done. We already have one Marine out here to cause a little bit of a ruckus. He's going to keep it just a little bit out of view now that he knows that there is an expansion. So, oh wow. So double expand. We have the natural and the third. Economic build, not the kind of thing that usually works too well against a rush, and the Marines are marching now. Oh man, four barracks, not even an orbital. This, Vales knows what he wants to do in this match, and he is doing it, and he is doing nothing but. I'm a little curious whether there's going to be a bunker going down anywhere. It doesn't look like it. Alright. So far, not bad as far as Dark Menace goes. I do not believe there's going to be enough energy to heal the Queen, but he manages to back it off anyway. Marines falling back. I don't know if he suspects just how all-in with Marines that his opponent is. We got some Spine Crawlers down. More Zerglings on the way. Tricky. You know, Queens can heal each other, but it takes a lot of energy to do so. There's going to be a lot of push and pull. Speed almost done. Making sure to put the Spine Crawler where the Marines have to pass it. 2 Spine Crawlers where the workers are. The Marines are rotating around. They're not going to find a lot of workers though there. Though. Long day of tech support, followed by a long night of casting. So what he's really going to want to do is try to surround these Marines. They can't keep kiting. So far, doing a decent job of that. We have Vales still ahead on supply. And honestly, Vales is even ahead on workers as well. He is making an orbital. He's got the gas mining starting. Kind of curious whether he's going to either be doing a factory or putting some add-ons. He doesn't really need a reactor because he's got more than enough barracks already. Ooh. Alright, so these Zerglings, yeah, they got speed. They can both trap the Marines there or cut off reinforcements, but they're going down very quickly. Vales has a lot of firepower going on here. Supplies getting pretty close to even. And Dark Menace has some, has a bit of a bank to spare. The Queens can just keep on moving back, so yeah, if you want to learn some annoying cheeses, this is the place to do it. Not just to learn how to perform the cheeses, but also how to defend against them, and maybe how not to defend too on occasion. Sometimes you end up having to fail at defending against these a few times before you can learn how to actually take care of them. Factory is started. What do we got? We got 15 Marines against 20 Zerglings and 2 Queens. Dark Menace is at least starting to do a little bit of mining of the natural. And then we also, yeah, I think his expansion got cancelled here before, but I think it's just going to be cancelled again. I mean, it's nice, but I think those Marines are just going to keep looking for somewhere to damage. We have a starport with a reactor. And a Zergling that doesn't have a lot to answer it quite yet. I'm very curious what the starport's going to be. Oh, the reactor is for the factory. Got it. Starport isn't complete yet, so I'm guessing there's going to be some Hellions on the way soon. We also have STEM researching. And I really feel like Dark Menace needs to maybe get a little bit more tech going. He does have a Roach Warren down. It's a tough call, but Banelians would be very nice right now. Another tech lab building. Okay, it is going to be... The starport is going to be what uses the reactors. Here. Alright, here we go. Lots of DPS. But he can only move in so far. I was curious what was coming from the starport. Looks like it is medevacs. So healing's going to be nice, but on top of that, that also means he can just pick up and drop wherever the spine crawlers aren't. Vale's still not expanding. His main might be a little bit oversaturated. He's already running out of minerals there. Alright, here we go. In the pipe. 5 by 5. Siege tank is back home to defend for now. Okay, Baneling Nest is down now. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're facing nothing but Marines, pretty much, you're going to want to have that ready to go. Lair is also just about complete, so Baneling speed probably won't be too far off either. Dark Menace still denied taking a third, and honestly, the Natural still hasn't been able to get saturated very well either. We have, what, 4 drones here. That could be rough. Okay. Zerglings head off. I'm going to be able to do a little bit of damage, but I think the biggest advantage there is they know the siege tanks are coming. No Ravagers just yet, and I don't believe there are any Banelings just yet either. Ooh. So, gonna want to try to stay out of range of those siege tanks. A lot of firepower. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised how little forward momentum either of them have been able to go. There's been a line right here, and it hasn't been crossed much. I think Dark Menace, I mean, he's doing a lot of damage there, but you can also see he's falling way behind in supply, too. Meanwhile, Vales is taking, yep, Natural taken now, so you got Vales mining more, too. We have just about double supply, so as bad as this might be getting worse right now. And check it out. Now, with the siege tanks, the medevacs not only can provide some really good vision without a lot of retaliation, they can even provide vision to high ground if they want to. Yeah, we have the GG here. Alright. That was game 1. Bit of a drawn-out siege there. Definitely paid off, though. We're going to move on to match 2. In the lower right, we have the Red Terran, and he is and in the upper left, the Pink Zerg, he is
Dark Menace.
Alright. Vale's starting the same way with Supply Depot. We'll see what he has in mind after that. Overlord's on the way. Losses like that can sting a little bit, so sometimes you're inclined to be a little bit more cautious, but he's still doing a pretty standard opening, getting the hatch out first. And the barracks is going down at home, although it is double barracks right away. Definitely has been getting more popular lately, especially in TVZ. And you'll note how he's keeping one of the barracks a little bit further back. Takes a little bit longer to see. Oh wow, 3 barracks. I think Vales has really been enjoying his Marine play, although we are starting with the Reaper right now. These are not proxied, and even though we have the supply depots forming the full wall, the Overlord's going to be able to take a look around as long as no Marines drive it off too quickly. But it looks like we're going heavy on the Reapers. I think we're going to be going for a Reaper rush. Still says best of 1. Wow. I'm going to take a look at that in just a moment. That's another one. There's a lot of commands in observer mode, and honestly, a lot of them are stuff you'd almost never use. I guess I'll have to figure that out later. Meanwhile, we got a Reaper rush to worry about. Vale's making his command center, getting ready to move to the low ground. There we go, best of 3. Now I know how to do it. Just like setting your hotkeys at the beginning of a match, if you're an observer, you kind of have to have sort of an opening to get the score set up. Oh wow, that is a lot of speed length. They're bouncing around, but they're also retaliating very efficiently. So I think Dark Menace is more than ready for it this time. Factory is almost done. We'll see if they have Hellions or what the choice will be coming forward. Reapers hop right up onto the high ground. Dark Menace has a third, a lot more secure this time. And I think Vales is just about to move his command center into the natural. Queen versus... Rubble? I don't know. Unbuildable rocks. That's the official term, isn't it? Alright, so Dark Menace sending half his army home, but keeping a good handful around just to make sure that Vales doesn't have an easy time expanding. Took a look around by sacrificing an Overlord. What do we have? Stim on the way, more Zerglings on the way. And the Zerglings say you ain't landing here. Well, maybe you are. Vale's still very much favoring infantry. Just has some leftover Reapers mixed in now. I don't think that the Reaper rush accomplished what he wanted it to, but at the very least it forced a lot of units out of Dark Menace. Oh man, killing critters. Someone needs to tell Vales that that's considered bad luck. Killing Overlords, however, can be very beneficial. Alright, Banelin's speed coming up. Banelin's morphin. We're going to see how this works out. I believe Vales is planning to march them, not necessarily fly them over. Another command center being built. Honestly, yeah, Dark Menace has the natural very well saturated. We got a gas that is not being mined from, and the third doesn't have any workers just yet, so still deciding how defensive to go and how much to drone up. But making sure to have a lot of map awareness here. Here we go. The Reapers are checking things out, and they do not last long. See what Vales decides to do. Does he go for a different position? Does he head home, or does he hop in the medevacs? Looks like the decision is to head back home for now. Didn't see... well, no. More regrouping, I guess. Vales is pretty good with his drops, although we haven't really seen that figure in yet so far. And we have Hydras getting set to go, meaning there will most likely be lurkers to follow. Just seeing a lot of red dots on the map, sort of separating, converging. Vales does have actually a pretty, decent lead as far as units go. Dark Menace doing a pretty good job hitting from multiple sides. Clears out the siege tanks almost right away. Ooh, and we have some good Baneling connections too. Vale's doing pretty good with splitting. Continuing to back everything away. In the end, kind of an even trade. Vale's still a little bit ahead in supply. Checking things out. Evolution Chambers going down for the upgrades, so I think Dark Menace realizes this will be going on for a while. Vale's rescuing a few of his infantry in the medevacs, others not quite so lucky, and ooh boy, here comes one of the less lucky ones. Here we go, Dark Menace really taking the offensive the first really serious time this series. Oh man. I gotta say, even if Vales is maintaining a supply lead, Dark Menace is getting some real good cost efficiency throughout this match. Alright, we have the expansions going on. Still, I think the worker count is still a little bit low for this point in the game when it comes to Dark Menace. Especially, well, it's usually bad news if Tyrion has more workers than you, and that doesn't even count the mules. Okay, multiple barracks going down right now. Dark Menace, double expanding. I think he feels nice and safe for the moment. Don't see much in the way of spore crawlers yet. And we do have a medevac drop on the way. I also don't see any overlords to catch this as it's coming in, so this might catch Dark Menace by surprise. Looks like pretty much the whole army is a bit of a walk away. Let's see what Vales can do with this. Oh, spreads the Marines all over the place. We're back here. Looks like he's getting ready to pick them up again. Just a little bit of damage from the Hydras, but not much. So, overall... oops. No, Shift B. No, Control B. Okay. Alright, that was your friend, Hyper Turtle, forgetting that I am not using any viewer mod right now, so battle reports are not a thing right now. I did manage to rewind the replay a little bit. So... if you enjoy a nice sense of deja vu, get yourself prepared. Speed it up just a little, though. And back to normal again. But yeah, that's another annoying thing with replays, where you can't use mods. We don't get the pop-up saying just how many workers were lost, but I think that was a decent number. Ooh, alright then. Marines drop down to see if they can oh, wow! Not bad. Not a single Marine got rescued by the medevacs, and they did not manage to prevent that expansion. Still, I'd say Vales is probably going to be pretty happy with the supply lead he's generated now. We are at 66 workers on Terran to just 50 for Zerg. In a long game, that's not good news. Lurker Den about halfway done. Infestor Pit almost done, but I don't think that it's going to be easy to save this base. This isn't just a drop here, this is the full might of the Terran Dominion. Complete with a couple of siege tanks, ready to fall back to. We're getting a little surrounded. Yeah, still being able to get back to high ground where those siege tanks are. Not to mention being able to escape the creep repeatedly. 40 supply lead for Vales. He might be able to just tie this one up. Dark Menace spreading the forces out. Possibly getting ready for a surround the next time the Vales makes a move. It's like he's splitting up his forces between the expansions. Got the siege tanks right in between them, but that might have been a slight mistake. Everything gets... yeah, Dark Menace did an excellent job taking out those siege tanks and then just closing in, so... manages to at least even things out a little bit. These Zerglings probably aren't going to last long if they're going in single file with the medevac support on top of it. These Hydras can probably do a bit of damage if they focus down some of the medevacs. At least one of them goes down. We have some ace positional play going on, but I think Dark Menace is going to want to try to get out of there. Do the... yeah, no concussive shells, but still they're able to catch up to them anyway. How are we doing? A lot of Lings in production right now. Still, once again, it's usually not a good thing if Terran and Zerg are on equal numbers of bases, especially with Terran having a 22 worker lead. Even if Dark Menace manages to continue to get really good trades, things are going to fall back further and further. We also see no mineral mining going on back here, but more importantly, only one worker on each gas. So Vales is doing an excellent job just making sure to keep Dark Menace's attention away from effectively macroing. Here we go, on to the creep again. I think for now he's just going to clear some tumors, fall back the siege tanks. Takes out a queen, gotta be happy with that. Just has to make sure that the siege tanks are protected. Once again, not a bad trade on the side of Dark Menace, but he just doesn't have the economy to support trading at all. Vale's getting bold, marching right on to creep, but I think he's going to be able to just keep falling back. I mean, he's got Lurker attack, he just doesn't have any Lurkers. Does not have the economy to support this. Interestingly enough, he actually has quite a bit of gas, but actually quite a bit of minerals too, so it might really be down to the fact that he's got a GG. Alright, Vales with fairly dominant victory there. Vales. Depot 2. Alright. That's 2 matches with clean sweeps. Now, let's see here. I think we got about an hour before Lighthood and Frieden are ready for their match. So, I guess the question here: anyone want to participate in a show match while we're waiting? Let's see. So I'm checking out what we can do with this in the meantime. Also, anyone in the Twitch chat is welcome to join in for any show matches too. Oh, so that's what I look like when I'm texting. Interesting. Waiting for an answer from one person. So, by the looks of things, I'm either going to be doing sort of a 2-player co-op thing, or just me in campaign. We'll find out in just a moment. Okay. Short intermission, and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Can you even afford a scan at this point?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
It's looking rough
Yeah,
for the
there's
team
3
in
of
the
them.
top left here.
Here they
The
go.
Reaper, I mean, carry? Question mark? I mean, I think
Oh
maybe
my
we need
God,
to
it's
we need
open.
to
The door
switch it.
is open.
The door is open, and in comes the nuke, which will be able to bust over those
Oh,
Evos
get out of that
as
scan
well.
range. Oh my God. Yep, there's even the disruption of the few workers that they're able to use is going to be nice because guess what? It's coming on the other side.
Yeah,
We got
the
stalkers.
army coming in for the
Follow-up.
stalkers of Little Reaper, and of course that wall off got heavily damaged by the nukes there, which means there's very little left to keep the ghosts from getting in, and in walks another one. Do we have Blink yet? No Blink yet. Did make
Not
that
just
Twilight
yet.
Council, but got a little preoccupied. Completely understandable, but I mean, excellent play. Both of these kids are playing the game of their lives.
I
really
bet,
here.
yeah. This is I mean, both of these games have been great, like exciting, and just full of action.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what we hope to bring with the FSL, and man, they are bringing their all. Seems like they're really feeling it, which is great to see. As I mean, they're just kind of chilling for the moment. Dark Shrine, the
Okay.
classic of Little Reaper and nukes. So it's basically cloak to death is what we're looking at here.
Yeah. Basically burning scans left and right because they're not going to be able to catch up if they have to continue to make these scans just to deal with these ghosts, man. And then they're going to add DTs to the mix too. Like, oh my gosh, how brutal can you be?
Yeah, that's a tall order for sure. As Misery walks up, drops the nuke.
All right, forcing the tanks to unsiege because I don't believe they have a scan. But
Yeah.
good call. He is able to use those eagle eyes in order to see. Snipe on one Marine.
Oh no, almost
Gets the supply depot wall down though. That's always good.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's pretty hard to kill Terrans that have siege tanks on the high ground, but
Yeah.
They're definitely looking, sharking around, trying to find that opportunity. Once Blink gets done, obviously, that'll help quite a bit in doing so.
Yes.
That ghost does get snapped up by the jaws of the siege tank.
Oh,
However,
good
there's
target
so
fire.
many stalkers here, and the Immortal anchoring as well. And the boys do get pulled, but Little Reaper pushing up in. A fantastically large army compared to what his opponents have, and I think this may be all she wrote here.
I think you might be right, ET. Yep, the Stalkers are moving on in. The Immortal also helping out with the DPS on literally everything. Soaked up so much damage from the Marines and obliterated the tank.
Gold.
What a game. Misery and Little Reaper bring it back.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was absolutely insane. Was not expecting the comeback there. I mean, Misery at one point was 7 SCVs and almost 25 for each of his opponents. So a very good comeback there and an incredible game. Hope you all enjoyed that. Of course, we will be back to the main action of the Cheesadelphia, but don't forget, Wednesdays and Fridays you can catch FSL live on Twitch. So be sure to be there.
It's twitch.tv/FSL.
Twitch.tv/KJ Freedom.
KJ
It's usually on KJ's main channel, so you can find that on his Twitter at Freedom, I believe.
All right, and that's with like 3 E's, I believe.
Yeah, it's hard to
We'll
count.
definitely get a link there for you.
All right, and
guys.
we're going to go ahead and do a quick interview, I think, with Little
wanna get
Reaper,
this one?
and then we will pass it back.
You want to get this one?
Sure. Yeah, come on over.
MVP. I can't believe it. Yo. Congratulations. So sick.
All right, slap that bad boy on there. Now, I may be crazy, but you kind of made Misery look like the Joe a little bit there. I mean, you were the highest supply count for quite a while. I mean, it's definitely not because the Reapers were all targeting him or anything. Definitely not. It's because of your superior macro skills. Were you worried, though? I mean, all those Reaper pouring into your base, it probably felt pretty scary.
Yeah, but we knew it was coming because we scouted their build order, and we saw that they had a quick rush, and we saw like Reapers and Marines on their build order, so we thought, let's try to defend, because
and I mean,
blocked off the Reaper ramp, so.
Yeah, I mean, and a great defense it was indeed. Some fantastic warpins on the other side of the map, a very clever proxy pylon there, and managed to bring it back. I mean, at one point you guys had like half the supply of your opponents, so a fantastic comeback. That's got to feel pretty good to come back against that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and let it head back into our next main Cheesadelphia match. But thanks so much for coming on and talking to me, Little Reaper, and we hope we see you guys in the FSL next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Alright, hi everyone. So, no one is available for show matches right now, so I'm just gonna go with my pastime. I'm going to revisit some characters that I've known and loved for many years. Alright, StarCraft 1. Anyone in the chat who wants to stick around for this, it's going to be about another 45 minutes before our next match. So So, I'd just like to take a look at some single player. One of the big things I'd like to try to do this year, along with I'd like to replay the campaigns. I'd also like to fool around with some other things, like kind of looking through the old Blizzard maps. So, it's just going to be me, but the more active the chat is, the more I'm going to have to work with. Now, this is 1998. We have a lot of people in FSL who, well, weren't really around back then. This was very different. I mean, you had the 3 factions, you had things better balanced than Warcraft 1 and 2, but you also had a story where it wasn't just a bunch of, you know, grunts and footmen giving you briefings, and then really no interaction between the characters, so it was something new. Now, cinematics, those were around already with the Warcraft games, but they were short, they weren't really plot-driven. They were mostly to set mood. Alright, so let's take a look at the original. This is one I was quoting from pretty heavily when I realized that no one could see my screen on Friday.
I can't see a thing, Jim.
Well, hold on.
I swear, it's always some damn thing. Wait, got it. Ah, hell, this thing ain't gonna hold.
Shut up.
Damn, you're ugly.
You girls strapped in nice and tight now. Tighter than your mama leg. That's a good one, Mick. Locked in and cruising.
What you got for me out there, Joey Ray?
Joey Ray Hall, one of the few guys multiple things in StarCraft are named after.
We got a big old buttload of floating debris out here. We hit pay dirt this time for sure.
And big piece of trivia, this stuff was made before they really had the gameplay down, so that scavenger ship they're on
How are we gonna get all this home?
was actually supposed to be in the game. You were supposed to be able to recover resources from destroyed units or something like that.
I'm detached and moving toward the derelict spacecraft.
Damn it, Jim. Video's out again.
Well, quit picking at it.
I ain't picking at it, damn it. I'm out here with a hitch in my kitty up in here and there slapping your jacks. Hold on, I got visual. It's a damn boat, you son of a sack. I'm behind the ship, I'm behind you, Jim.
Poor guys. Ooh, okay, that might leave a mark. Yeah, early concept like those purifier beams. So, one thing about the cinematics in the original StarCraft, since they were made kind of separately and they took a long time to render, a lot of them didn't have much directly to do with the plot. And, I mean, even the ones that did, they basically just kind of slapped some names of ships and characters in there. Let's get started. Terran is first. Terran Campaign Rebel Yell. In the decades since the end of the Guild Wars, the oppressive Terran Confederacy has stood unchallenged in its supremacy over colonized space. All of that changed 4 days ago, when a large alien fleet emerged from warp space and laid waste to the unsuspecting Confederate colony of Chowsara. The Confederacy, fearing that the alien fleet's next target will be the colony of Marsara, has sent you to intervene. Acting as magistrate, you are to safeguard the colonists and keep their state of panic from escalating any further. Boot camp, Office of Colonial Magistrate, Marsara Colony, 225, standard time. Yep.
Welcome to Marsara, Magistrate. The equipment demonstration you requested is prepared and may be initiated at your convenience.
You like tutorials, don't you?
The T-280 SCV is the cornerstone of our hostile environment construction and resource gathering
Roll
operations.
speed is a little high.
Roger that.
In order to build a thriving colony, numerous SCVs are necessary. You can build additional SCVs at a command center.
Permission to speak freely, sir. I'm not sure you know what you're doing. If you're going to send us into hostile territory and you want us to defend ourselves, then use the attack command. But if you want us to ignore enemy fire and go exactly to the spot you targeted, then use the move command. Now, which'll it be?
Adjust that just a little more.
SCV good to go, sir.
In order to equip additional personnel, you must have enough supply depots required. You can use SCVs to build additional supply depots. Additional supply depots required.
I read you. Roger that.
Okay, well, adjusting as best I can here. Different game, different world.
Standing by. Go, go, go. Commander. Standing by. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Job finished.
Standing by. Outstanding.
This is the way RTS campaigns tended to start back in the day, not just the tutorials, but usually
Good to go, sir.
some little base where it would have you build the basic buildings.
Give me something to shoot.
Enemies would be kind of around there if you wanted to try, but they wouldn't attack.
Standing by. Rock and roll. Give me something to shoot.
So, nice and comfortable.
For duty.
Your forces are under attack.
Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Standing by. Give me something to shoot.
Job
The
finished.
refinery processes raw Vespene gas, converting it into a form which your SCVs your forces are under attack.
Standing by.
Alright, so gotta mine some gas, and I also need to build one more supply depot.
Good to go.
Yes, sir. Orders received. Roger that. Yes, sir. Orders received.
So I do have someone who wants to join me with another task. Might actually be trying one of the StarCraft 2 arcade games next, but just wanted to take a little peek in here and
This concludes the equipment demonstration. There will now be a fully catered reception at Marsara Base.
probably going to be slipping some missions in just here and there. Yeah, fill time, share memories. Unidentified creatures, them called the Zergs. Hey, War Bunnies.
Hey.
Kill a little bit of time until the next players are available tonight. Wanted to know if you were up for some nice arcade chaos.
Yeah.
Alright. You, can you do the webcam thing?
No.
No? Okay. Fair enough. So
I haven't got dressed after work yet.
He's a plumber, by the way, people, so everybody thank him for not having the webcam up. Alright, so yeah, the StarCraft 2 arcade kind of took a while to really get up and running the way they wanted it to, and honestly, some of the goals there were even having, you know, games where the creators could make a cut of paid money off them, and only 2 people ever made it to that. Only 2 maps.
Really? Which 2?
Those would be... Here, I'll go to my favorites right now. You can join in the game too. Those would be Direct Strike and Arcstar. Both of those were sort of updates to arcade games that were already around and that had gotten a lot of attention, but they basically collaborated with Blizzard to make them premium. So those are the only ones that you can actually buy through the arcade. But yeah, the original ones that they put out were Star Jeweled, Iron Chef, and Left to Die. They then added StarCraft Master, and they also were working on a little thing called Dota All-Stars, which ended up becoming its own game, known as Heroes of the Storm. I'm inviting you to party right now.
Okay, just checking the weather. So was this an FSL regular week? I didn't see anything on the schedule.
No, this was a makeup night. So I did a replay and then a couple other matches that had schedule conflicts. Otherwise, I would have let you know earlier. All right, let's. So this is a fun one. This is a variation. It's weird because it's kind of an in-between thing. It's like in between one of the Wings of Liberty campaign missions, but then they kind of even updated this further to make it a co-op mission later on, too. And War Bunnies and I, we've been practicing a little bit, trying to get the hang of beating it on Brutal. Here, go ahead and queue in. Are you still looking at the weather? It's gonna get hotter. That's the big spoiler.
No, it's gonna storm.
It's gonna
really
storm.
hard.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Like 20 minutes.
Good.
My wife was asking me because she's going out and she was gonna do some. The wind blew over her sunflowers today.
Okay, well, good thing I don't play a lot of sports that involve actual physical balls.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will. Alright, you remember how we handled it last time?
Yeah, don't die, David. I mean, Hyper Turtle.
Hey, it's called Left to Die. I mean, if anything, I should die twice on your behalf. Little parody of the Left 4 Dead series, but this is, you know, classic survival. Frankly, there's a lot of real-time strategy games that are pretty much nothing but this sort of thing. Holdout missions.
Yeah, a lot of them are. It's weird.
Yeah, just kind of campaign only.
You can't play PvP because if you're in a holdout mission, how can you PvP?
Yep. Yeah, they're not really set that way. Brutal. It's the only way to go. Well, not the only way, but it's a way.
Our readings indicate some kind of bio-infestation is spreading through the refugee camps. Even the buildings are being covered by it.
Yeah, you know, to those that might not be as familiar with this game, this is one Blizzard made themselves, by the way.
Every one of those infested buildings has to be destroyed.
It looks like they burrow underground by day and emerge only at night. The virus must make them vulnerable to the high UV output of Meinhof's star.
Then we'll hit the infested buildings by day and protect our base at night.
Yep, here we go. This is a weird one. It's using, you know, pretty much the Wings of Liberty setup. But there's also...
Alright, boys. We can't risk the contagion spreading to this camp.
There's also a different kind of economy where it's all about buying things through the essence you get.
Been waiting on you.
And it can pay off a little bit to do just a tiny bit of early damage.
Zerg, Stepman, together, it equals great research. Look on the console.
SCV ready. Who wants some? You gonna give me orders? SCV ready. Armed and ready. In the rear.
Nightfall in 30 seconds.
I'm on it. What do you want?
I didn't get the last one. I probably should have.
SCV ready.
There'll be other nights and other fights.
I read you. Been waiting on you. Bad news?
Now we gotta hold out till sunrise. Brace yourselves. This could get ugly.
The first waves of Zerg are incoming. We can't extract you until they're gone.
SCV ready. This better be good.
Please, kill me.
Boy, it really helps to have some SCVs out and about too if you automate Perrin.
Add-on complete.
What's going on? There's a hunterling out there.
They can jump.
What do you want?
Ooh.
SCV ready. Overtime.
Free for all.
Orders? Who wants some? There's a hunterling out there.
Oh.
How you
That
doing?
wasn't what I
Yeah,
wanted. Fine.
Okay, I'm not doing as fine. Remember that thing you told me not to do?
Oh, god dang it. Oh, you really died. Oh.
Yeah, they took out the SCVs that were repairing. I didn't get the new pair out soon enough. Warm-up game. Doesn't count.
Okay, let's try not dying again.
Alright. And for those tuning in, War Bunnies and I are doing a little bit of arcade while we're waiting for tonight's match. Tonight's last match will be Lighthood versus Frieden.
Are they both S?
Huh? Yeah, they're code S.
Our readings indicate
They're
some
not
kind
S
of
plus, right?
No.
Bad news.
All right, boys. We can't risk the contagion spreading to this camp. I want a perimeter set and some bunkers in place now.
Been waiting on you. What do you want? SCV ready.
Zerg, Stetman, together, it equals great research. Look on the console.
Uh-huh. SCV ready. SCV ready. This better be good.
Not enough minerals. Nightfall in 30 seconds.
SCV ready. I'm going. Big job.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
No problemo. Bad news?
Now we gotta hold out till sunrise. Brace yourselves. This could get ugly.
The first waves of Zerg are incoming. We can't extract you until they're gone.
Not enough minerals.
Alright. They come.
Kill me.
Bad news. SCV ready.
Gangway, coming through. Fire engines. Ready. There's a hunterling out there. Good job, Go, go, go!
Not enough minerals.
All right, bring it on. Gangway, coming through. There's a hunterling out there.
Is under attack. Our SCVs are under attack.
Gotcha. What's going on?
You gonna give me orders? Woody, fire engine, show me what you're fine.
SCV ready.
Okay. You holding up all right?
Hunterling out there.
Not as nice as I'd like, but
Okay, well.
What do you want? You want a piece of me, boy? Something on your kaboomer! This better be good.
What's going on?
Got that covered.
Sun's coming up. We gotta hold on a little longer.
Okay, medics. I've unlocked them.
Base is under attack.
I'm pretty dead.
Oh, you
never
are?
mind.
Okay.
Nope.
Think you can recover?
Yeah, easy.
Rise
Okay.
and shine, boys. Now it's our
Held
time
out
to
just
do
long
some
enough.
damage.
I like
Yep.
that. Nice and suspenseful.
You gonna give me orders? This
Well, we're gonna be
usually-
behind on the killing.
Well, any killing's good killing.
SCV ready.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to do quite a bit.
Oh, we'll see. I'm almost done researching stems, so.
SCV ready.
Man, never gonna get tanks.
This better be good.
SCV ready.
Okay, there we go.
All right, this sector is clear. Nice work, boys. Now move on to the next area.
So, something on your
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Huh?
Not enough minerals. Upgrade.
We could use some help here. Boys.
Bad news. SCV ready.
How about lending a hand?
SCV ready.
Nightfall in 30 seconds.
You gonna give me You gonna give me or this better be good.
You should set some guards. They'll be coming again soon.
Sure. You gonna give me orders? This better be good. The road's
Infested Marines? Oh, hell, Jimmy, I don't care for that notion one bit.
Not enough minerals.
Roger that.
Not enough minerals.
This better be good.
SCV ready.
The doctor is in. Research complete.
A lot of gurgling sounds.
In the rear, here. SCV ready.
Incoming spotter!
Someone you're fine. Go ahead.
Upgrade. Our SCVs are under attack.
What do you want? Someone you're fine. Fire engine. SCV ready. What's going on?
You ready? Base is under attack.
There's a hunterling out there.
Base is under attack.
Starting to squeeze through over here.
SCV ready.
Incoming spotter!
Ooh.
Daybreak in 30 seconds.
Do we have it?
We can survive because they're going to be focusing on the planetary. But, might cost us.
You have a planetary there?
Yeah.
There's a hunterling out there. Let's burn this place before they come creeping again.
I have planetaries wherever I can, but what I don't have is much army. How are you doing?
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
Better than I was.
Go ahead. In the rear with the gear.
Oh, well, that burned down. That wasn't great.
Roger.
Yeah.
SCV ready. Bad news.
I do not have stim yet.
What's going on? SCV ready. Will do.
Who wants some? Armed and ready.
Yeah. That definitely set me back a teensy little bit.
Let's see, what do we got for 100?
Roger.
Fire suppression. This. That really helps me out.
Looks like that sector's
Okay.
clear, Jim. Better move on to the next one.
Armed and ready.
Ah, you scared me. Big job.
We don't have tanks.
Yeah, I think this is going to be downhill pretty quickly. What do you think?
Whole point is to try.
Well, yeah. But sometimes the point is start over and then try.
Nightfall.
If you want.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. Oh, here we go. Even better. Frieden is ready to go, so...
Oh, well then. We'll try some other time.
Yep. See you around.
Yep. Oh, I don't have to exit. You have to kick me out of the thing.
Alright. Okay, well I've got Frieden ready to go. Trying to get Lighthood back in here. He was here just a little bit ago. And here are map selections. Gresven is first map, then Dragon Scales and Royal Blood if we need it. Alright, Lighthood's getting ready. He's going to be connected in just a moment. Here, do I have administrator rights? Doesn't seem like I do. Alright. I guess the spam bot stays for now. Alright. Hello, Frieden. Hello, Lighthood.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Shall I put my
Lighthood,
camera?
I don't see you on camera yet.
Okay, I'm trying to connect.
Hey.
Hey, well, thanks for both of you making it. The two of you, I think, are further apart than any other pair of players. So congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
We have Algeria.
Where are you at, Lighthood?
Yep.
Where are you playing from?
Which?
Algeria.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And Frieden, where do you live these days?
I'm in California.
Okay, I'm in Minnesota, so I think I'm closer to Frieden, but yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have to do the best that we can as far as the server goes.
It's fine. I just
Waiting for the camera to okay. Come.
Yep. And then once you're in there, just mute all the audio.
Okay. Camera. No audio.
FSL is the fun StarCraft league. It is a casual league. We've got a very wide variety of ages, skill levels, and right now, tonight, we're doing our Code S. Now, Lighthood here has been very enthusiastic on getting his first match in, but it's been kind of... Well, his first official FSL match. I think he's played StarCraft at some point before. But, yeah, stuff with his opponent just kept coming up, you know, from schedule conflicts to very widespread outages. Alright, let me check that out. The range, we pretty much bronze to low masters. There you are.
Okay.
Okay, great. Alright, Lighthood, what do you think? How are you feeling about your first match? You've been waiting on this.
Actually, my heart is beating so fast. I don't know why.
It's the way it happens.
The first official match.
You play all this ladder, then all of a sudden you're there and there's an audience and there's someone keeping track of the scores. So I know
And
exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. I
And
invited my friends, so it's gonna be hard.
Okay.
Just to watch
Oh,
you.
so you got other people up this late too, huh? This is
Yep,
like,
watching you.
what, 2 o'clock a.m. over where you live, right?
Exactly.
Alright, and Frieden,
I
how
made
have you been
some people
doing?
stay late.
Hey, sorry about that. What was that?
Have you, Frieden, is this your first match of the season?
So I did a match, I think a week or 2 weeks
Okay.
ago. I was in Codas Plus, but then there's
Oh,
I
that's
won
right.
that one.
I think that match was against Lighthood's brother, Harush. So, yeah, we made a
Yeah, it
couple
was
of
around against
adjustments
Harush,
there.
yeah.
I remember that one. All right.
So I won, but then there was like a big remix and things got shuffled around. So
Yeah, not
it's
huge. It
fine.
was like 3 players, but yeah, there were some changes we realized. The big one was a Code S player who somehow ended up getting put in Code B because
I did see
there was a
that match.
typo. Yeah, 33. He's 33,000 MMR, and yeah, a little misclick that said 2,300
I see.
instead of 3,300.
That's a heck of a misclick.
All right, so Lighthood, you're going to be up against random. You've been, you know, the general strategy for that.
I think so. I'll try my own strategies. Maybe it's gonna work.
Yep. Yeah, that's the trick of the game. Make people play your game, don't play theirs.
Exactly. Hope it's
And
go
let me
well.
just double check. Let's see. Are you both in? Yep. I'm going to invite you both to party.
Okay.
We need a good server actually, because
Yeah.
I know my ping gonna be high.
Invite to party. Here we go. Yeah, well, we'll do what we can. Sometimes you just got to figure that into your strategies. So
That's why I don't work on micro.
Yeah.
My ping is so bad, anyways.
just stick with the units that just sit there, right?
F2.
All right,
Just
hey.
F2, move 'em all.
Why not? All right, I'm gonna be moving both of you into different chat rooms. I'm gonna be getting the first map ready, which will be Gresvin.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right, here.
I don't even know what that map is. I have to
It's one of the newer ones.
Doesn't matter, I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, okay,
It's
great.
it's interesting. They changed the maps and the balance right before. What was it, like? Right before I Am Catavesa.
Okay.
But you know, everyone knew it was coming, so it was more or less all right. And there's probably going to be a new map pool coming out soon. I know that they've announced the winners of the Team Liquid map contest. So yeah, stay tuned. Right now, we're still waiting on that hotfix.
What's the hot fix?
A hotfix is a patch that's
No. What is it? What are they fixing?
a handful of things. A lot of little graphical bugs or things having to do with auto-targeting. But the big one that everyone's talking about is there is some bug that got pushed to the live version that gave Colossus 1 extra range after you gave them their upgrade. Their thermal lance upgrade. So right now that's still in PTR though, so public test realm. So we're waiting for that to push out, and then of course the silence begins again. It's fun to be a StarCraft fan. Alright, I'm going to move you both into your separate voice chats, and we're just about ready to go.
Cool.
Alright. And get myself off camera again too. There we go. Could be fun, could be disastrous. All right. Let's do this. I guess it's a little bit short of 6 p.m. in the evening for one of our players, and almost 2 a.m. at night for his opponent, so we'll figure out how that figures in. Alright. In the lower right, we have the purple Terran. He is.
Freedom.
And in the upper left, the red Terran. His name is
Lighthood.
Alright, rocking his champion Raynor portrait there. Now Frieden, I believe, was playing as random, so Terran is where he ended up. We're going to see how confident he is on that. Having generally the same startup here. A little bit earlier on the refinery, though, on one side. I've always got to double check that, because sometimes when I'm looking at the production tabs, I say that one of them got their refinery started earlier, and turns out that it's actually already done, and that's why it isn't showing up there. Yeah, there are StarCraft team matches, and we do have a 2v2 division here. Those, there's plenty of room to blame people even more than you do in the MOBA. But we're all nice here. That's part of the game. Part of the league anyway. And I see our bot Matheson has some words to say about that too. In StarCraft 2, responsibility solely rests on the player's shoulders. Well, let's see how these shoulders are holding up. Looks like Lighthood is going for the on-site expansion. Frieden, same sort of thing, except building up on the high ground for added safety. Got the second refinery going. So as Frieden was saying, there was a little bit of shifting around as far as the leagues went. We moved him from Codas Plus to Codas. The Codas and the 2v2s divisions got pretty big, and so to keep them moving at a reasonable pace, we had to kind of split each of them up. Factory is on the way on both sides. Frieden's is almost done. This is Terran versus Terran, so as I said, Lighthood is staying up very late, and it's going to be hard to tell how much later he'll be staying up yet. Terran can be very slow and deliberate, or it can be everything dying almost instantly. Got 2 Reapers on Lighthood's side. And 2 Marines waiting for them. 3 Marines waiting for them. We'll see what... no, they're taking... Are they going to hop up? They're going to hop up. Lighthood very quick to react. The moment one of them started taking damage, he moved them back again. Orbital going. Right now, the Reapers are just there to keep an eye out. We've got a bunker out front. And Lighthood is just starting on the starport. Siege tank coming out. So, pretty similar tactics on both sides. TVT is one of those things that keeps evolving little by little. But there's definitely a much bigger place for Ravens these days, which have gotten a bit cheaper. I wonder how up-to-date Frieden is with the patch, along with the map pool. But yeah, Ravens had a pretty big redesign, where they're a lot cheaper, but their abilities don't last nearly as long. And Terran, of course, is very mobile, so you gotta be ready to get hit from any direction at any time. I think Lighthood isn't on camera because he was using a smartphone. He probably had to put it down. I gotta say, those Reapers are definitely outliving their life expectancy. Pretty good number of Marines, accompanied by a tank. So we got Frieden going on the offensive. Yes, the player intro videos were played on the screen. I think you just missed them. Here we go, waiting on the high ground. And we are seeing a lot of stepping forward and fanning away, but yeah, these Marines will not live to tell the story. We got the tank, just a few other Marines trying to swing around, but Light Hood is already in position for them. Tank sieges as well. So much of Terran play is positional, and so much of it comes down to using the appropriate ability before the engagement starts, whether it's sieging, whether it's stimming, whether it's liberating or drilling. Oh boy. Yeah, so far, Frieden has taken a lot of free hits off the tanks. Ooh. Alright, these are going to be going back and forth. Oh, but I don't think... Yeah, Light Hood did not have the visibility. Siege tanks can shoot a little bit farther than they can see by themselves, so... They got to depend a lot on unit spotting for them or scans ahead of them. Alright. Light Hood picks up. However, at the same time, we got more siege tanks moving in. Very nice spot for this one, though. Although, oh, look at that! Just drops a siege tank. Siege tanks cannot attack right next to themselves, so if something is directly by them, they're defenseless until they unsiege, in which case they kind of attack and move as normally. And here we go. More upgrades on the way. Light Hood definitely causing some trouble in Frieden's base. Really isn't an answer back home because so much of his ground forces are out assaulting the opponent. Up! More good medevac use. We got a couple of tanks. These can be very hard to get rid of. Pulls the boys, surrounds. But yeah, that's the thing. Medevac, if it's against SCVs, you can just pick up again. Still, damage continues back home. Got a couple workers lost on either side. Wiki, what is a siege tank? A siege tank is death. No matter how you look at it. I love the idea, though. You know, the concept of siege units were around. There were catapults all the way back in Warcraft 1. But siege tanks took it a little bit of an extra way. Oh, wow. These siege tanks don't have a lot of life left, but neither do those Marines. So I think the siege tanks are going to win the day here. And well, see... Light Hood is doing an excellent job keeping the action on Frieden's side of the map here. And he's generated quite the supply lead. Workers are about the same, but look at that. 17 army to 45. And I don't know, are these siege tanks been repaired? No, these two siege tanks here, you sneeze at them, they're going to fall apart. Granted, you got to reach them first, and siege tanks on high ground are very difficult to break. Also got a lot of workers just kind of hanging out in the natural where they got retreated to after that drop. And now they're retreating to the other base. Orbital is being repaired a little, did not lift up, it goes down. This is going to be rough for Frieden. Light Hood already in the process, yeah, he's already working on saturating his third. Fortunately, Frieden is able to take a couple more expansions, but he's going to have to do something about these. I don't see any Liberators here. Or any Ravens, for that matter. A lot of workers sitting idle, too. So what does it mean to wiki something? I mean, back in my day, you Googled it. Granted, my day is a ways back. Alright, a lot of stuff that could use some repairing here. Supplies, little, well... yeah, supplies still pretty tilted in the favor of Light Hood, almost double. These Vikings, meanwhile, there's only so much they can do against those ground forces without landing and, you know, being right in the line of fire. There you come. Tank sieging. Lighthood doing a very good job keeping the tanks spaced apart. Engineering bay goes down. This is looking worse and worse for Frieden. If you want, I'm sure that Lighthood could tell you quite a bit about Algeria very shortly. All depends how the next couple games go, but this is going to be... This is his game to lose, as they say. And look at, no workers here, no defenses. Frieden is supply blocked for now. He's building a couple of supply depots right now. But look at... Oh man, the missile turrets are down. That area is going to be very hard to break out of again, so reinforcements are going to be hard to come by. And we have the GG. Alright. So, back and forth to begin with, but once Lighthood got on the offensive, he stayed on the offensive. And honestly, a lot of that came down to his drop just did a lot more work than Frieden's drop did. Alright. Let me just double check the maps again. Second map is Dragon Scales. And we will go on to Royal Blood, should things even out. Alright. We're in the lobby, both of them are getting ready. Frieden once again random, so we'll see what he rolls this time. For someone who doesn't specialize that much in a specific race, I thought he did pretty well. It just, well, it gradually avalanched, or snowballed? Snowballed. Frieden, as you see, needs to get up for a minute. The bright sun sets on Algeria's land as the player fights with a steady hand. Wow, I didn't know that Matheson did poetry. That's intense. Alright, we are ready to go. Dragon Scales. Here we go, got the GL. In the lower right, this time appearing to us as Zerg, our random player, he is Frieden. And in the upper left, the red Terran up one map, he is Lighthood. Alright, we are off and running again. When you're playing against a random opponent, especially someone who you haven't been able to do much research on, it can be really tricky to know what to expect from them, not just because they're random, but because you don't always know which race is their best and which ones are their worst. Alright. Frieden putting the second barracks down, a little bit more out of the way. Oh, he's putting it down where the Reapers would jump up should his opponent be human, or Terran. Human, by the way, is a Warcraft 3 race. I guess I should get my own AI bot one of these days. Gotta figure out what to call it, though, now that Matheson is already taken. Qualified for 4 World Cups and won the Africa Cup of Nations twice. Hey, go Algeria. Alright, got 2 Reapers coming. Kinda wonder whether, whether we should expect Lighthood to go really heavy on the Reapers to begin with, or whether this is just a scout harassment party. Yes, that's right. In the time of StarCraft, the Earth is far away, as the game takes place in the Caprulu sector. But, yeah, some of the future of Earth, which is their history, does figure in. Alright. Got the Reaper there for some early annoyance, and yeah, we are definitely going all out for the Reapers. There are more on the way. Of course, Frieden is going to have to pay attention to a couple of entry points at once. No Zerglings on the way. Okay, 2 Zerglings on the way now, as well as Speed, but they might be a little bit late to the party. Ooh. Oh, does not manage to get that Reaper away, but he does take one of the Queens down, and that can be really devastating this early on. And what do we got? More Reapers, and it's interesting. I mean, we were just talking about trying to compensate for the ping with units that you don't have to micro at all. Last I heard, Reapers you gotta pay pretty close attention to. Alright, I think he's gonna try to... Oh, he's gonna focus down whatever he can. Great thing about Reaper is they stay out of combat for long enough, meaning they don't take damage for a little while. They just start healing. Zerglings blocking the stairs up there. But no fatalities. Ooh. And that is something you can do. You can have just one Reaper spot, but the thing is, Reapers do cost a little bit of gas. And he is not laying off them either. We do have a couple of tech labs going down, factory almost done. We'll see if a Hellion or some other units just kept getting out of the fray. Frieden, meanwhile, opting to work his way up to Lurtak. Zergs have speed. They can work on their thrones, although the Reaper grenades can throw a wrench in that now and then. Hiding all the way across the map here. Might even be able to use those sight blockers a little bit. Hiding in the weeds. And the Zerglings are gradually running out. Nothing but Queens at the moment on the other side, although there's more in production. And Lighthood is ready to expand. Now, throughout all of that, Frieden did manage to keep some workers going. Oversaturated gas here, but definitely some good work. Now, Reapers are going back home. We are going with the siege tanks, so odds are that Lighthood's going to be going a little bit defensive, at least until he's got the space up and running. A lot of welcoming committees hanging out over here. Now, the thing is, though, Frieden still hasn't taken a third, and this is 5.5 minutes into the game. So it's not too big of a deal just yet, since Lighthood hasn't even saturated his natural. But it's something he's going to want to keep on his mind. Puddin' Puppy. Puddin' Puppy. Puddin' Puppy, Puddin' Puppy, Puddin' Puppy. Okay. Frieden keeping a pretty close eye on things with Overlords, making sure to scout anything that leaves the base. There's that third I was talking about. Better late than never. And honestly, I'd say they're on fairly even footing. Frieden ahead in workers, Lighthood just a little bit ahead in army. Those Reapers might need to wait for their friends, though. Alright, here we go. This might Gonna see if he can deny this expansion. It's only about halfway done right now. Reapers are hanging tight while the Marines stimming tight all over the place. Oh boy. Alright, he does cancel, but there's also drones on the way, and these, oh boy, these Mutalisks are not going to last long against this infantry, even with their lack of healing. Now, Lighthood's going to have to be very careful not to overstim, but still, it's a lot of anti-air. Okay, Mutalisks go down. We've got some upgrades going for them, but the problem right now is Lighthood's got a lot more offensive capability. Oh, and still got drones that are rallied out here. Only got one medevac to do any oh, we got GG. Lighthood doing a fantastic job both games with his aggressive style. Alright, let's head back. Alright, Lighthood.
Hey, good game,
well
dude.
done. Yeah. Can you get your camera going on our website?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I understand why you had to put it down during the match since you needed your hands.
Yep, exactly.
So that was impressive work. I know that, we were talking about lag and about how maybe Micro wouldn't be, that dependable, and yet here you are, busting out with Reapers straight away in the second map.
Thank you, bro. I was just talking to my brother before the match, and I said, "Do you know what strategy I will take?" He said, "Reapers." I said, "Obviously." I love Reapers, though. I'm not gonna lie.
If you can't get it cheaper, call the Reaper.
Alright. Actually, like my brother said, he like Link Stalkers like hero. I like the Reapers like Neon. I think that's why.
Yep, I mean, I think Aggression suited you pretty well, both of those. You were able to kind of hold off much damage from your opponent in the first map and then do a particularly damaging drop. Kept him busy, then set up camp right in his natural, so I'd say both matches, things snowballed pretty heavily, and you had just enough Marines to take out the Mutalisks without overstimming them.
I think he made a mistake by pushing me with Mutalisks. He should
Mutalisks
have gone for harassing.
Mutalisks can be tricky, and sometimes you have the problem of where you're rallied to as well.
Exactly.
That's the problem. You were able to meet Lighthood pretty well the first game. He just managed to sneak around you, and then got enough damage going back home. Second match. Yep.
So, yeah, I was not happy with my play at all for any of these matches. I've been, so I could talk about the second game first because that's freshest in my mind. I had a lot of trouble, like in general, like just basic mechanics. I've been talking to KJ about this actually. Like Zerg, so I'm currently at 16% win rate with Zerg, so it's by far my worst. But it's usually the most fun for me, so it's been really tough for me because I want to play it. I think it's a lot of fun, but I'm not doing very well, and so my mechanics are really clunky. I had a really bad problem with my hotkey management, so I usually am really good about spreading my overlords, and usually it's a bad.
Yeah, I didn't see any overlord yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My overlords were not spreading across the map.
Exactly.
My buildings were getting mixed up with my units, so my hotkeys were. So like for example, I put my hatcheries on hotkey, but then because one of them was a drone, I couldn't build overlords, so I was supply blocked for a really long time. So just like really, like stupid shit. And
it happens.
So I was not, yeah. So I was really not playing well. And yeah, I never felt comfortable for that entire match. So like a lot of times I'm sitting and I'm just kind of like I literally just stop and just reset all of my hotkeys. So I think that happened like three or four times during that match. So
I'm sorry for that.
I was not happy. Yeah, no, dude, you need to apologize. You're on top of your game and I wasn't. So that was really bad for me. And then the first match, To be honest, like the easiest way to explain that was I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was just building
I
stuff.
felt that, yep.
Yeah, like I was building stuff, and I was like, okay, well maybe I'll push out. I had an idea that I was a little bit ahead of you at the time that it pushed out, and then I didn't realize that you were that far forward on the map, so I kind of like looped around a bit. I was sitting on a ton of money, so I just started building things. I didn't have a plan. I just thought, okay, I'll just build more tanks and Vikings.
Knowing where your opponent's siege tanks are is so vital. What was that, Lighthead?
So like I don't think I didn't have I never had a real plan. I was just building things, and so I didn't know what to do. So I was woefully unprepared for that as well. So
just the first match for Code S for either of you, so there's plenty of time for things to rise and fall.
My heart was really beating fast. I couldn't play. I'm not gonna lie. But what I've noticed that my APM was 323. It's my best. I usually have 280. Now I have 300. That's weird.
Adrenaline
Maybe
is what
my fingers were trying to keep up with my heart or something.
I remember, I think the first broadcast online tournament I did was a Platinum Heroes event, and I was completely unprepared by just the adrenaline rush, and straight away my first pylon was blocking my Nexus in the natural.
Oh my god.
It's but it's one of those things where you start to get used to it. It becomes a little bit more standard. So that was a good showing, and I'm glad we got your match. I'm glad we got your match in. I'm glad that maybe you can sleep now.
Finally, I played a game.
There you go. The curse is broken.
Thank you.
So I appreciate both of you coming in. Whether early or late, and thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you those watching on Steam, and we will be having our standard matches again on Friday.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for casting, and hey, Lighthood, good match, man.
Thank you. You
You
too.
do well, and you go through and you play your best.
Thank you. I hope good luck for you in your matches. So.
All right, take care, guys.
Good luck. Take care.